Is it time to buy or sell AST SpaceMobile stock? In this video, we are diving deep into AST SpaceMobile. Our initial report was published on our website on Monday, the 16th of June, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched artificial intelligence stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of artificial intelligence and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 4th of June, 2025, our system has classified AST SpaceMobile as a strong buy candidate, assigning it a score of 6.94. Now, let's examine the stock's performance during this time frame. Those who adhered to our analysis would have experienced a remarkable gain of 46.08% since we initially identified AST SpaceMobile as a buy candidate just 9 days ago. This equates to an average return of 5.12% per day since it was designated as a strong buy candidate. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 23.46% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from negative 22.63% to positive 23.46%. Looking at the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of about 23.62%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from negative 37.87% to positive 35.23% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $26.04 and $56.68. Our latest daily update for AST SpaceMobile includes the headline, Significant Movements in AST SpaceMobile Incorporated Stock Price on Monday, fluctuating by 10.76% between its high and low. The AST SpaceMobile Incorporated stock price increased by 9.23% on the last trading day, which was Monday, the 16th of June, 2025, climbing from $38.37 to $41.91. It has now experienced gains for 10 consecutive days. Such a streak is rare, and it is reasonable to anticipate a pullback after such a rise. On the last trading day, the stock fluctuated by 10.76%, dipping to a low of $38.76 and reaching a high of $42.93. Over the last 2 weeks, the price has surged by 73.54%. However, trading volume decreased on the last day by 5 million shares, with a total of 18 million shares exchanged, amounting to approximately $734.04 million. It is important to note that declining volume during price increases can indicate divergence and might signal potential changes in the coming days. In the past 52 weeks, the highest stock price reached was $42.93, while the lowest was $9.32. Currently, the price stands 2.38%, or $1.02 below the 52-week high of $42.93, which is also the all-time high for this stock. AST SpaceMobile, trading under NASDAQ ASTS, is generating considerable buzz in the financial markets following significant recent developments. As of June 16, 2025, the stock is currently priced at $38.50, reflecting a strong growth outlook despite revenue figures of only $700,000. Analysts argue that this valuation is justified given the company's potential for hyper-growth and projected profitability within 2 years. ASTS recently secured a landmark agreement for long-term access to 45 MHz of lower mid-band spectrum across North America, in collaboration with well-known partners like Legato Networks and Viasat. This strategic move not only enhances AST's service delivery capabilities, but also positions it favorably within the emerging sphere of satellite broadband communications. The company's stock saw a surge following this announcement, reaching an all-time high. Moreover, ongoing social media traction around ASTS indicates growing investor interest, which can lead to increased stock volatility, an aspect that may attract both retail and institutional investors alike. With analysts predicting an additional 19% upside potential, ASTS is being positioned as a high-risk, high-reward investment. In the short term, these developments can drive up the stock price as market sentiment shifts positively. In the long term, successful implementation of their technology and partnerships could lead to sustained revenue growth, fundamentally strengthening ASTS's position in a competitive industry. Investors will be closely watching how AST SpaceMobile navigates this pivotal phase in its growth journey. Analyst Ratings. On Monday, the 5th of May 2025, it was reported that Oppenheimer assigned ASTS a perform grade with an initialize action. On Wednesday, the 5th of March 2025, it was reported that Scotiabank rated ASTS as outperform with a hold action. On the same day, Wednesday, the 5th of March 2025, UBS gave ASTS a buy rating with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 1st of October 2024, Scotiabank rated ASTS as sector outperform with a hold action. On Wednesday, the 4th of September 2024, Deutsche Bank rated ASTS as buy with a hold action. Analysts have assigned AST SpaceMobile stock a general sell rating. They classify the price-to-earnings ratio as a strong sell, and the price-to-book ratio, similarly, as strong sell. Regarding return on investment, the analysts have also rated the stock as a strong sell. The following signals have been identified for AST SpaceMobile. The chart today shows mostly positive signals. The stock of AST SpaceMobile Inc. is receiving buy signals from both short-term and long-term moving averages, indicating a favorable outlook. Additionally, there is a general buy signal generated from the relationship between the two averages, as the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average. Should there be any declines, support is expected at levels of $36.48 and $27.49. A drop below either of these support levels would trigger sell signals. A buy signal was activated from a pivot bottom point on Friday, the 4th of April, 2025, and the stock has since risen by 108.82%. Further increases are anticipated until a new top pivot is reached. Moreover, a buy signal has emerged from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. It's important to note that volume decreased during the last trading day, even as prices increased, leading to a divergence between volume and price, which could serve as an early warning. Therefore, the stock warrants close observation. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal from 50 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal from 9 days ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal from 12 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 11 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal from 10 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, buy signal from 11 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 11 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal from 20 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for AST SpaceMobile. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $38.37 and $35.71. There is a natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level, as a break below this point could lead to a decline to the next support level. In this case, AST SpaceMobile Inc. finds support just below today's level at $38.37. If this level is breached, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $35.71 and $34.82. This stock may experience significant movement throughout the day, indicating high volatility. With a large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, this stock is considered to carry a very high risk. Over the last day, the stock fluctuated by $4.17, representing a 10.76% change. For the past week, it has maintained an average daily volatility of 8.02%. Before we dive into the potential trading levels for AST SpaceMobile, let's quickly review some essential fundamental data. First, consider the price-to-earnings ratio, commonly known as the PE ratio. This important metric measures a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. A negative PE ratio indicates that the company has negative earnings or is incurring losses. Even well-established companies can go through challenging periods. often due to factors beyond their control. However, consistently negative K/E ratios may suggest a lack of profitability and potential bankruptcy risks. In other news, the upcoming earnings report for the second quarter of 2025 is expected on the 13th of August, 2025. Analysts' consensus estimates predict a loss of 19 cents per share. It is crucial to monitor these figures as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for AST SpaceMobile. There's no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which means the stock could move upwards swiftly under the right conditions. In this situation, you might consider entering a position and using volume to determine the optimal time to exit. On the downside, AST SpaceMobile encounters its first support level at $38.37. If this support level holds, it could present a favorable entry point, anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for AST SpaceMobile from multiple analyst sources is sell. Now, let's examine some recent insider trades. On the 9th of June, 2025, Gupta Shanti B conducted an insider sale of 15,000 shares of Class A common stock. On the 6th of June, 2025, Cisneros Adriana conducted an insider purchase of 4,810 shares of Class A common stock. On the 6th of June, 2025, Torres Julio A also conducted an insider purchase of 4,810 shares of Class A common stock. On the 6th of June, 2025, Weiberg Johann conducted an insider purchase of 4,810 shares of Class A common stock. On the 6th of June, 2025, Sarnoff Richard conducted an insider purchase of 4,810 shares of Class A common stock. Based on the 100 most recent insider trades, we have determined that the insider power is positive, with a ratio of approximately 19.871. Overall, insiders purchased 59,313,740 shares and sold 29,357,989 shares in the last 100 trades. Our recommended stop loss is set at $40.79. Representing a decline of 2.68%. This stock experiences significant daily fluctuations, resulting in a high level of risk. The 14-day relative strength index stands at 91, which notably heightens that risk. Additionally, there is a buy signal indicated by a pivot bottom identified 49 days ago. Is AST SpaceMobile stock a good buy? AST SpaceMobile Inc. displays several positive indicators and is currently on a strong upward trajectory. As the old saying goes, let the trend be your friend. We believe it is a solid choice at these levels and anticipate further gains over the next 3 months. However, after analyzing the volatility and market movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price may be overvalued. For trading on Tuesday, June 17th, we expect AST SpaceMobile to open lower by 71 cents. Starting at $41.20. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult with a financial advisor before making any purchases or sales of securities. It is important not to base your investment decisions solely on the information provided by StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With warm regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.